10. Swiderski scored for 47 points scored for Olivier Jonkers. Yeah. Trying to work it out at the same time. So, I believe Lennis is going to have 150 points. Which is 42 points. Probably wrong, but there we go. Let's guess. So I believe Tom Braken still leads the way with that second place win. That second yesterday as well. Second now looks to be still Mitchell van Dijk, despite that sort of disappointing job by his standards, but protection is fair place. It looks as if this has actually jumped up to third place. So So apologies for the bit of confusion there up here, but that is what I have points-wise. It's Braken from Van Dijk and Lennis, your top three, but still could all change. As they head towards the final corner. And the grid on screen for you. So it's Lennis on Braken on row 1, Straven, Swiderski row 2, Van Dijk and Jonkers row 3. Then it's Vital, Baumer and Wirtz row 4, Matthias van Goven, Max Weiss row 5, Kaz Tobin, Henry Valou, Danny Sonomans and Lee Austin. We are off away and racing, are we? No, we're not. So round one more time. Well, that gives us time to just confirm the points then as it currently stands. So let's get the old calculator out and have a little look. So it is going to be 159 points for Tom Braken. Mitchell van Dijk is going to have 153 points. Behind that, Max Swiderski has 147 points. I'm going off what happened earlier, by the way. So this is how they were sitting. This is not the order. We'll run through that in just a second. Now, Olivier Jonkers was on 95 points and scored another 47, so he's on 142. Lennis was on 95 points but scored 55, so he's on 150 points. And Thomas Straven was on 91 points but scored 50. So he's at 141 points. So it's Tom Braken first going into this race. Second, Mitchell van Dijk. Third is Lennis. Fourth is Max Swiderski. As Fernando Weichselbaumer, seventh, which would have given him, I think, 46 points, I think. So he did have 96 points. So he's going to be there or thereabouts as well. I think he actually might be tied with Olivier Jonkers on points. So very, very close indeed. We get 5 of them up on the podium. So at the moment it would be Tom Braken, Van Dijk, Nis, and then we'd have Swiderski and either Weichselbaumer or Jonkers. The grid though, it's Lennis and Tom Braken row 1, Straven and Swiderski row 2, Van Dijk and Olivier Jonkers row 3, Weichselbaumer and Wirtz row 4, Van Gotham and Rees row 5, Tobin and Verlu row 6, Sonomans and Lee Austin row 7. To the left there, that's Lennis. To the right is Tom Braken, the championship leader. Up to the line they come. Do we get away for 12 laps racing for the last time this weekend in Micromax? Yes, we do. Down towards turn number 1 they go, and Tom Bracken trying to go around the outside to take the lead. I think Len Nis has managed to hold on. I think Bracken's gone through to second place there as they head through the left hand. In fact, Len Nis has lost the lead. So Bracken it is then who leads the way. Len Nis looks to be second place. And then I think third is Tom Bracken. Tom Strouven has got to be there somewhere. So Tom Strouven perhaps third place. Fourth place, I think, is Mitchell van Dijk. Then it could be Max Swiderski in fifth place as we head through the chicane for the first time. Tom Bracken making a very good start to the race. As a change for second, that is Thomas Strouven going into second place. So is Bracken now leading the way. Second place is Strouven. Third place is now Len Nis. Fourth place is Max Swiderski. Fifth place is Mitchell van Dijk. Then it is Olivier Jonkers as they head out of the final corner and up towards the finish line. Head down for Tom Bracken. He's leading the way, but Thomas Strouven on a charge, trying to go after a race win that should have been his earlier perhaps. Just a little bit of complacency from Thomas Strouven earlier left the gap for Len Nis to take the lead away from him and then drop backwards. Strouven in the end finishing third in that race, but would have been disappointed not to have been able to hold on. He's trying to recover from from an incident yesterday in the second race where he broke down on the first lap of the second race. Not sure what the problem was, but it was something, unfortunately, that was terminal and put him down in seventh in the points leaving yesterday after he was second in the opening race. So Strouven has had a second, a third, an unfortunate second race yesterday, but here they go down towards the final corner. Can Strouven end with a win? Currently sitting third, trying to take second away from Mitchell van Dijk in terms of the points. At the moment, Strouven will get 52 points. Van Dijk will get 48 points. So he would just about do that. So if Strouven finishes where he is and Van Dijk finishes where he is, Strouven will take second overall. So Van Dijk with some work to do here. As there you can see Len Nis to the outside being passed by Max Swiderski. Swiderski going into third place then. The number 19 takes third away from Len Nis. The winner earlier on, Max Swiderski, who's currently on 147 points, fourth overall at the moment, trying to chase down Thomas Strouven. Max Swiderski takes third place, so he is now going to be the one to lead the charge to the top two. The full order will confirm when they come across the line next time. There's some more battling going on down the order. The top two pretty happy to stay as they are for the time being. These two did this in race one yesterday. They just worked together and sorted themselves out at the flag. So this is a real danger for the likes of Swiderski, because as you can see, Bracken and Strouven working together. We had this in race one yesterday, the first race of the weekend. Bracken and Strouven pushing each other around. It was Strouven, I believe, pushing Bracken, and then on the last two laps, then they went to battle. But by that time, they had built up a substantial lead of around 2 seconds, I think it was. That dropped to about a second at the flag with the battling going on. There they go, down towards the end of the back straight. Bracken leading Strouven. I don't think we're going to see any battling going on. You might have seen some of the motocross bikes just in the background there. I don't believe we're going to see any changes going on between these two unless we have Max Swiderski closing in. That said, Strouven, I think, will be a little bit more determined to get a win in this race than he was in the very first race of the weekend. Having gone through the journey he has this weekend, I think Strouven's going to be just that little bit more determined as they head up to the start-finish line. Across the line we go. Bracken leading the way in towards turn number one. Then it's Max Swiderski in third place. Swiderski has no gaps coming up on screen just yet. Not too sure what's happened there, but Swiderski, when we can get the gap, I'll bring it to you. But I think just even by looking out the window, it is pretty big. As there's a change of fourth, Mitchell van Dijk losing fourth place to Len Nis, and going into fifth place was Olivier Jonkers, and here comes Jonkers down the back straight, trying to go into fourth place. Oh, not quite able to do it, but Jonkers almost going into fourth place. Behind this, we have Verts and Van Goghem working together, trying to close in on this battle. Out front, it is very much a two-way battle between Braken and Strauven. They should appear into picture. Here they come through the left-hander down towards the last corner. We are about to approach half race distance. 6 laps out of 6 now completed as they come up towards the line. In fact, 7 laps to go, so we're just shy of the halfway point. In fact, we are, so 6 laps to go. It is. I was right the first time. As changes going on into turn 1. That looked to be Len Nis taking, was that retaking back fourth place, or was that Jonkers? Is Jonkers going into fourth? So Jonkers has gone into fourth place. Len Nis drops to fifth place, and dropping down to sixth place was Mitchell van Dijk as they go onto the hairpin and down the start, down the back straight for the 6th time. 6 laps to go. And a gap that's just extending further and further for both Braken and Strauven out front. Whatever happens, I think from now, if it stays like this, Braken's just going to take the win, and Strauven could take second overall, because Mitchell van Dijk now down in 6th place. This is not a good situation for Mitchell van Dijk at all. He needs to get past Olivier Jonkers and Len Nis. Olivier Jonkers, of course, now in 4th, Len Nis in 5th place. And here comes Mitchell van Dijk trying to go through to 5th place, trying to go up the inside of Len Nis into turn 1. Oh, Len Nis cutting him off, but 2 stabs at it, and Mitchell van Dijk might be through. No, he's not. So van Dijk tucking back into position then. Mitchell van Dijk really struggling now, and he can see that Max Swiderski is escaping up the road here. Meanwhile, out front, there is no changes. Tom Braken and Strauven, it is like they're practicing out there, just following each other around. Braken's not defending, Strauven's not attacking, pushing each other around. 2 carts working as one, and that is not going to help Max Swiderski. Swiderski, no chance, working on his own to try and close in. But, well, let's see what happens come the final couple of laps. Down towards the last corner go the 2 leaders. Behind, I think we've got to keep an eye on Mitchell van Dijk, but also Verts, because Verts is closing in on Van Goghem here. Van Goghem is, Verts and Van Goghem, sorry, are closing in on Van Dijk. So with Van Dijk battling away, they're closing in, and Van Dijk's got up the inside of Len Nis. So Van Dijk into 5th place now, that is. Good move that from Mitchell. Looks like positions may start appearing to the top left of screen there. They are down the bottom of screen, so you can see the gaps there now appearing down at the bottom. We have got the gaps back, so that's good news. So it's 3.7 seconds from Strauven back to Swiderski, and from Swiderski back to Jonkers, it is 0.8 of a second. Verts is about 1.2 seconds back from Van Dijk. So that's the gaps you need to know at the moment. I will update you on them as the race goes on. Up towards the last corner go the leaders. Strauven is going to wait to the final 2 laps, if not the last lap, to try his move. Swiderski, though, could be coming under pressure very shortly here. He's losing time to Jonkers, Van Dijk, and to Len Nis as well, and there's not much he can do about it at the moment. You may see them appearing to screen. Here they come. There's Swiderski, and there is a change for 4th place. Well, there goes Mitchell van Dijk then up the inside of Olivier Jonkers. Follow me, he says. Now, I wonder how Jonkers is going to respond to this, because he would be better off actually following the number 7 around. But that said, it's very tempting to just take the place back if it's there for you. So I'll be interested to see how Olivier Jonkers responds to this. Not only that, but he still has got Len Nis, who will want to be making places after starting from pole position behind. This is a pretty interesting situation here for Jonkers. What does he do? Because he's got Van Dijk ahead of him, who's proven how quick he is this weekend by taking a race win yesterday. And then you've got another race winner behind, so he's in a race winning sandwich at the moment. is Olivier Jonkers. That is the battle between Wirtz and Van Goven. They are, let's see, they were 1.2 seconds behind Len Nis. They are now 1.4, so the gap's actually extending between 6th and 7th place, so no danger for those guys. Oh no, into the pits comes Verlew. Not too sure what's happened there, but it looks as if the day is done for Henry Verlew. No Lee Austin, Sonnemans or Reese coming across the line. So, well, there's been some sort of issues around the track somewhere. There's definitely been some delays for some of the drivers, but two leaders, no such problems. They're heading through the left-hand hairpin. I think Braken now starting to go slightly more defensive, as is that Van Dijk. He has gone past Jonkers, of course, but they're not able to close in. Strauven's taken the lead. Well, Thomas Strauven's taken the lead there. Out the last corner, Strauven has now gone into the race lead, and we have 2 laps to go, and the leader, Thomas Strauven, is defending. You're looking at the battle for 4th place at the moment, but the battle for the lead is changing at turn 1. Into turn 1, Braken back down the inside. There's Strauven in the 9. Braken is in the 18. And just a bit further back, it's still all going off with Mitchell van Dijk and Olivier Jonkers, but the leader's changing again. Side by side, going in towards the right-hander. Who is it that's leading as they go onto the back straight? They've been side by side for pretty much the whole lap. It is Braken just about leading at the moment. Strauven sat there in 2nd place. Well, Strauven giving this a really good go at the moment. Braken is not making it easy for him, but Strauven has passed and been repassed on about 4 occasions already in just 1 lap as they head back down towards us. 3rd place and is Max Sadersky. Van Dijk there in 4th place with a lot of pressure from Olivier Jonkers, but can Strauven catch and pass the leader Tom Braken on the last lap? That's Mitchell van Dijk trying to hold on to 4th place from Olivier Jonkers. It looks as if Braken's got just a bit of a gap at the moment, so we'll stay with this battle for now, which is Mitchell van Dijk closing in. There you can see the board, 1 to go. Mitchell van Dijk, Mitchell van Dijk, sorry, having to defend going into towards turn number 1. Getting all confused, there's changing so much. Olivier Jonkers can't find a way through. With this, Mitchell van Dijk will take 49 points if he can stay where he is, but he's run wide, and there goes the number 16 of Olivier Jonkers. So Van Dijk is back down a place, and it looks as if Strauven is now going to take 2nd place in the meeting. That mistake there from Mitchell van Dijk may have cost him 2nd place overall, as he now has not only Olivier Jonkers gone past him, but he has Len Nis to deal with as well. Back to the leaders then, and it's Tom Braken who turns his way out of the penultimate corner. He got off to the weekend with a win, and he's going to finish with a win as well. Out the last corner, Tom Braken it is who takes the victory. 2nd place goes to Strauven. 3rd place is going to go to Sadersky, and 4th place is going to go to Olivier Jonkers. Brilliant drive from him to beat Mitchell van Dijk, who is going to finish in 5th. 6th place is going to be Len Nis. 7th is Wirtz. Oscar Wirtz just about holding off Van Goven at the end. Nando Veixel-Belmer started the weekend very well, didn't finish it in the best of fashion. 9th place, but a positive weekend on reflection. Kaz Tobin 10th, Lee Austin 11th, Max Rees 12th, Sonnemans 13th. There was definitely some incidents down the field because Verlew as well had to come into the pits. But that's your race and event winner. He wins round 1, Tom Braken. Worst result this weekend, 2nd place. 2 seconds, 2 wins, and championship lead going into Austricourt. Well done to Tom Braken. He's driven absolutely fantastically this weekend. So Tom Braken then, he's going to add 55 points to the 159 he has already. So he'll end with 214 points overall. Mitchell van Dijk came into the race with 153 points, and a 5th place for him gives him 48 points overall in that race. So 201 points for him. Max Sadersky, 3rd place in the end, so he'll take 50 points with him, which is going to be 197 overall. And then we have, well, let's have a look at what the likes of Olivier Jonkers got, because Olivier Jonkers was on 142 points and he was 4th place there, which is 49 points.